Dwight Strawn with Alicia Hart and Lester Cox, and we're talking about Earth Day, which is Sunday, April 22nd, and we're talking about the environment, environmental issues. Joining us again, Dr. Dion Hepburn, the Associate Professor of Chemistry at College of the Bahamas, also the Chairperson of the Chemistry and Environmental Life Studies at the college. Thank you for staying with us, Dr. Hepburn. We continue to talk about Earth Day and the environment and whether enough Bahamians are paying attention to the issues, especially knowing that Earth Day is coming up and just pushing for recycling and just a cleaner environment. Why are we having this disconnect, and what can be done to get more people interested?
Well, I think that most Bahamians are not aware of the benefits of recycling and renewable energies, those kind of things within the construct of our communities and our environment. When you think about recycling, you are thinking about reusing and also using products that are reusable. Products that do not go into the environment and cause harmful effects, or products that we can reuse in different forms and not become a sort of produce a negative effect in our environment. So when you think about what's happening in a lot of other countries, the kind of materials they use, the recyclable papers, the recyclable cups, the recyclable spoons, all of these different things, they impact the environment. And just instead of going into a landfill and hoping that it just goes away, we just throw stuff in the trash and we don't see it anymore. Right, but we don't know that it's really affecting us. As I've said before, things are getting into our groundwater, into our plants, our crops, into our oceans that affect us because we eat things out of the oceans, and so we have to be very, very cognizant of what we're dumping, how much of it we're dumping, and how long does it actually stay around. You know, on average, a plastic container lasts 100, 200 years, if even more. And so how does that affect our environment? How does that affect our tourism industry? How does that affect our health? All of these things.
That. How does it impact our health? How does throwing away, let's say, a battery or a gas tank, how does that impact our health directly?
Well, many of these products are made from chemicals and different metals that they just don't go away. So we throw them in the trash and they make it to our landfill. But what happens after that? Well, they go into the landfill, and through the process of leaching, that is rain, fall, and the rain filters these chemicals, these products, into our groundwater. And then, maybe a new homeowner goes and drills a well. Well, he's tapping into that very same water source that could potentially be contaminated. It can have various health effects. Heavy metals have various neurological effects. Volatile organic solvents, they affect tissue, liver tissue, lung tissue, different tissues of the body, and they can have adverse health effects.
So half, our final countdown for the show for today, and we have a special guest with us. We have Dr. Nicolette Bethel.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Morning Blend.
It's exciting to be here.
Wonderful.
You have a voters manifesto. We saw it in the papers this past week. What is that all about, and what led you to pen this?
Okay, the Voters Manifesto is, it really is asserting the fact that we live in a society which is theoretically democratic, right? But the actual, well, very theoretically, the actual way in which we exercise that democracy is once every 5 years, where we get to vote for people that we didn't choose. And where we get to talk about issues that we didn't pick. And so and where we get distracted by colors and pom-poms and rallies and things like that. And, for the rest of the time, we have to live with the results of this lovely emotional wave that we get on. So I thought, at this point in time, there are so many things that need to be talked about on a national agenda, and I decided I would make it very clear that I'm not interested in, party slogans and titles and, t-shirts in rallies. I'm really interested in issues. I want to know what we're going to do to make sure that the Bahamas is better on May 8th. I really am not sure that it's going to be. And so the Voters Manifesto is just saying that. This is what I vote for. This is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any shirt. I am interested in any color. I'm not even interested in voting for a party that may have an ideological bent that's close to mine, if I don't know what it is that you're going to do for this country over the next 5 years. And I don't want to know in terms of how many roads you're going to build, or how many jobs you're going to make, because the jobs that we've been talking about for the last 20 years are jobs that we are not educating our children to take.